So my idea in this spreadsheet, which Christos has kindly added into, is setting up a sort of an online environment where we, there's a few things. The first column for me is reminding us that sometimes fellow na aguso. So I might want to listen to the teacher. So that's a reminder to do that. Let's listen to the teacher. It'll probably be in Greek, and it's for the daskalos, the teacher. Secondly, we might want to read Thelo na Diavaso, reading in Greek, and in this column 2 or column B, I would suggest that the teacher writes in this column. Then column 3, I want to talk Thelo na Miloso. It could be in Greek if I can, but if not, it will be in English. And then Matitis Scolio, which I hope is student. And then column 4, I want to write Thelo Nagrafo, so I can write something down here. I could, if I get my keyboard right, yasu. Okay, so if I write something here, it's for other people will be able to see that, and somebody can translate it and could write. I guess the fifth one here is I want to understand Telo na Catalaveno, and here is a sort of discussion for another person to write. So the idea is to have 2 columns for the teacher, 2 columns for the student to talk and to write, and that it basically try and do Greek first, and if not, you may go into English. The fifth column is more discussion that I might say, what does this mean? Does this mean? And probably, I guess, on a new line, people would explain something either below. You can add a line. You can right click and insert one above, or you can probably use a plus button if you're on a phone. This is something that can be used on a phone, and you can move the columns if that is important. Thinking about it, I'm going to have to make this. I'm going to have to make that text smaller to make sure it fits in with with people's phones. These columns here, so this is something that will translate something to the left. So that is a word, and it's translating it there. So if I copy that there and I copy the formula there, then it is copying this to the left. It says hello. So that is looking to the left to do that. But if I have this and I've got it in Greek, then I can, this is going into Greek. So hello, if I was to copy it there, I can copy something into Greek there. So that's a way of doing that. And the idea is when we get down here to line 38, this is Christos, thank you. It has done a lesson here. If I don't understand what Sabado means, and I can copy that, I can put it there, and I can say, okay, that says Saturday, 21st of March. This is based on computer translation, but for fairly simple things, it will get a lot of things right. So I'm going to copy a blank cell there, or just press delete to get rid of that. So the next person who sees this spreadsheet can start again and try to challenge themselves to read it without help, or they can bring these in early on. So the idea is that a group of us could be looking at this spreadsheet, and some of us could be writing in proper Greek and trying to get that right. Some of us could be reading in Greek. Some of us could be doing a lot of analysis and slowly picking word by word, and even taking out, okay, I could copy or I could write that word, and I'm going to do it above his lesson. I could bring it here and I could say Sabbath. What does that mean? I could translate word by word if I needed to. So I guess let's have the lesson there, and if I need to add in lines, use them below the lesson or above the lesson. But the idea is that if it's in columns C and D or 3 and 4, then it will be student work, whereas this is in columns 1 and 2 or A and B, and this is the teacher's work, or an advanced student. And for me, that tells me how accurate that this might be. If I'm going up here, some funny various things there. But if I am writing something, I'm working from home. The level sto spidi, I know I don't have that exactly right for tonos and that all that, and possibly spelling, but you can at least tell what is from the student and what is from the teacher. The idea is you can tell what the teacher's writing. You can try to operate in Greek. You can slowly break things down. You can break things down word by word. You can have these colored things translate your sentence, and basically that should help. The blue one translates to the right because I'm expecting this to be the column that the teacher will write in, and this is the column that the student should be writing in. So this one goes to the left. I guess I should have that over there, really. So I could have these here, that basically the student should be writing here, and the translation of column 4 is here. I call them 1, 2, 3, 4, not ABC, because we can say, if I know the vocabulary for row, endeca, and column, decile, and things like that to help figure out where we all are. Hope that's helpful, and the idea is to help us work at different levels in Greek and adapt to the new environment. Yasu.